And once again, different part of Hollywood. Beautiful part of Hollywood. Very close to the home of infamous Scientologist Danny Masterson, but we covered that last week, and you could barely really see his house through the shrubbery. So, what Scientology location will we be visiting now? Some of you can already guess based on what you can see in the background here. So, when you do this kind of stuff, sometimes you get a little paranoid. So the guy ahead of me, when I saw him come out of a car, it was like, did I just see him at Big Blue over there? All right, got some returning champions. Thank you for coming back. Just had to have a little lunch. Sorry, sometimes I gotta like stop to be able to read this, but I am walking now. So, we're on Tamarind, and here we have it, straight ahead, the place where Danny Masterson's crimes did not get reported. The Scientology Celebrity Center. So, let's see what's up over there. As usual, probably nothing is up, because there are very few Scientologists, and if you saw all the Scientologists running around, all those Sea Org members at Big Blue, where I just did a live stream, then you might think there are more Scientologists around than there are, because that is one of the major places where Scientology business is done. I mean, basically, Scientology hardly exists outside of Clearwater, Florida, and Los Angeles. And here we have La Poubelle, Danny Masterson's favorite restaurant, and apparently a place where he would enjoy giving those secret beverages to those unfortunate young ladies, and the beverages that made them incapable of consenting. And he had his own table there. And the owner of that restaurant, or so I have heard, went to his trial basically every day to support him. And then even the sentencing, yeah, well, if they're gonna have anything fancy, this is gonna be the main place for Scientology. And of course, you know, it's all about PR. It's all about image, looking good. And from the very beginning, L Ron Hubbard was all about celebrities. It was all about getting that clout, attaching it to yourself. And back in the 50s and 60s, and maybe even into the 70s, apparently, a lot of celebrities dipped their toe into Scientology. More so, it seems, when it was not considered a religion, but it was considered an applied philosophy or something, or a science. It's kind of funny with the name Scientology, then claiming to be a religion. But Dianetics is the modern science of mental health, and so, but religions are better because you don't pay taxes, and you get to own massive amounts of real estate and hold on to a lot of money that way, and not have it be taxed. So it is a smart strategy. It is one of the smarter things that, we have volunteer ministers. So, what do they minister? One thing they do is, it's always about, there's that commercial, look it up, David Miscavige's most recent commercial for Scientology, where he's like, you might have heard a lot about Scientology, but I can tell you, I'm definitely misquoting. Go ahead. Your cultishness is waiting for you. See, look at that. See my politeness, my level of savoir-faire. So David Miscavige says, Chris without a Hellcat, he's in a bright building wearing a fancy suit. I do not know. You guys can chat amongst yourselves. Oh, look, people are arriving. Oh, shit, it is happening. A Beamer. Well, that's probably not Sea Org. It's probably not a Sea Org Beamer, because it would take approximately, they've done a calculation, and it would take just as much time to save up to buy a Beamer on a Sea Org salary as all the time that has elapsed since Xenu dumped those people in the volcanoes. So it works out to be exactly that. There are other people far more relentless than me. Give them all your money, make sure, otherwise you won't be enlightened. You wouldn't want that to happen, right, security camera? Right? Ask yourself, is your church as spiritual as Scientology? One way to find out, count the number of security cameras and just the overall surveillance apparatus. Because if you want to find out about spirituality, one of the first clues of the levels of spirituality is the level of surveillance on parishioners and the general public. See up there, we got one in the middle of that guard shack. And then we have nice little apparatus up here. Isn't that cute? Nothing like overkill when you're doing security. It's like, what are they so afraid of? What are they so afraid of? They're supposed to be the masters of the MEST, what's it called? The MEST universe, matter, energy, space, and time. Oh, license plates. Yeah, they hate that. Well, people should be proud to have Scientology. Yeah, they do look expensive. I mean, this is the celebrity center. That doesn't mean that everybody's a celebrity here. First of all, this isn't the grand entrance right here. This is the back entrance parking area. There's another one, we'll walk around because what else is there to do? But now that we have people arriving, we might want to make sure we say hi, because it would be darn right unneighborly not to. And we don't want to be unneighborly, because Scientology obviously is a pillar of the Hollywood community, and you can tell by all their security cameras. Because the interesting thing is that if anybody commits a crime out here and it gets on the camera, Scientology is going to cooperate. They're going to show that. But if you happen to be a Scientologist commit a crime and they want to look at that footage, maybe not so much. So there is a double standard from what I have heard. And now I am still learning how to use my little contraption thing here. Spionologist, yeah. Oh wow, Nancy Cartwright, yeah, well, that is its own sad story, but that's the thing, you know, once you get to a certain point in Scientology, everybody you know is a Scientologist. And however old Nancy Cartwright is, not young, you know, people like that, no matter how rich they are, it's kind of like, do I really want to start over in life? Do I really want to lose all my friends, everybody I know, because I quit? And they believe it. Plus, they're not treated like ordinary Scientology public, as they call it, or staff. They're treated like movie stars. They're treated in a very special way. And so people like Nancy Cartwright, they never get a glimpse of what Scientology is, real Scientology, the Scientology that the actual paying non-famous members have to endure. And you know, it's interesting when they have the whole kind of elite deal going on. 9 EMU 880, 9 EMU 880 is the winner today. If your number is 9 EMU 880, you are the winner. And plus, that person had some kind of film over their license plate to make it hard to read. That's interesting. I don't know if that's a big thing here. I know it's a big deal in New York for people to not have to pay tolls. J29A J but can I read or not? J292AO. J292AO. You are second place winner here in the Scientology sweepstakes. You win a free body Thetan. In fact, I think I should offer free body Thetans. It would only be the Scientological thing to do. All right, alien on the car. Yeehaw. Xenu doing a drive-by. That's a nice thing for Xenu to do. Just come and show his face a little bit back to his people. It's a beautiful thing for Xenu to, you know, just drive by, keep tabs on everything. And as a believer in aliens, and somebody who thinks that, duh, it's obvious there has to be aliens. 2 maggots! Oh my God, deux magots! Les deux magots! The 2 maggots are here. I only look like 1 maggot in the car. That is a famous cafe in Paris, which I believe means like the two Asian gentlemen. I think Mago is something like that. And it's one of those, like, you know, places where Hemingway, F. Scott Fitzgerald, whoever was doing all that wild 20s in Paris stuff. That was one of the places where they would hang out. You know, existentialists, weirdos, creative people, whatever. So that's a clue. That person is probably a rich French person, a rich French Scientologist. Are you French? CZOL79, OIL79. It looks like a temporary one anyway. Looks like it has that plastic over it as well. But we do need to keep track of who's coming in and out. It's very important. There must be something going on here, because these people look like civilians. They look like wealthy civilians. They look like people not happy to be filmed, which is weird, because, hello, celebrity, you guys should be eating this shit up. Don't you think? I mean, isn't it kind of weird if a celebrity doesn't want to be filmed? Don't you want attention? 5YLM240. 5YLM240 is a very beautiful number. You get third place today for your awesomeness and for your modesty in car choices, because obviously as a celebrity, you could have flaunted your wealth. You could have come here flexing in some Ferrari, Mitsubishi. Yeah, that's really flexing, having a Mitsubishi, right? Maserati, I meant. But no, you came really mellow. 8 full 697, 8 full 697, hell yeah. A squirrel is a small animal and a wog is a, yeah. Well, wog is a derogatory term in the UK and a standard term in Scientology, which came from your UK-ish. There's somebody not smiling back. Hey, whatever. Yeah, it's all happening here. Something's going down. Some celebrity thing is happening. All their money went to Scientology, so they were left with that car. Yep. That sounds like a very solid theory to me. But the thing is, people have to know that you guys are always watching, right? You're watching me, I'm watching you. You're watching me, I'm watching you. See? What's fair is fair. I don't have a choice about you watching me, do I, Mr. Camera Dude? I don't have that choice. If my choice is to stay or leave, correct? But if I stay, I'm going to be watched. So if I'm going to be watched, I might as well be watching. That's my current theory, at least. It is subject to revision. So, I mean, I kind of don't even want to leave this spot, because a lot of these license plates are really showing a lot of numerological promise. And, you know, it's a shame. People like to be greeted. You know, people like these celebrities. I mean, I'm providing something akin to a red carpet experience here by being here, by Linda, hey, good to see you here. Zwalsh, that is an interesting name. Probably some simplified German type of thing. Or no, Slavic. Must be Slavic, right? It was something like Zlowalszkiewicz or something, and then they made it into Zwalsh. I'm always guessing. No answer? Okay, not trying to offend you. I doubt that it was taken that way. But anyway, people do like to, have attention paid, and who knows? Maybe we'll see a celebrity. But Lithuanian, okay. That is, so what, is it Zwalsh in Lithuanian, or has it been changed? I'm always curious about these things. I'm a language guy. And always had some interest in those Baltic countries. They have really been through some shit, that's for sure. Hopefully they haven't been through Scientology as well. That would suck, on top of everything else they've had to deal with, if they had to deal with Scientology. That'd be a bummer for them. Changed. Yeah, I thought it had to be changed from something else, or simplified, or whatever. Another bonus is that if any of the non-Scientology neighbors find this attention to be annoying, yeah, my step great-great-grandfather was Jewish from Latvia also, and but since I don't say my name on here, I won't say my name on here. But it was the same thing where it was changed. And I had the benefit of being able to become Jewish right before bar mitzvah time and get all the presents. So that was a very well-timed conversion. And now I just got to figure out when's the best time to convert to Scientology and get all those presents. Oh yeah, there are none. Okay. No presents in Scientology. No credits, only debits. That kind of situation. Hello, is it me you're waiting for? I think it's me she's waiting for. Go back, go back. Don't be shy. Yeah, that's right, tell her. Oh, I love that alien thing. I got to get me one. I want an alien costume. I want a Xenu costume. As a large dude, I think that would be very funny on Hollywood Boulevard to wear some big Xenu costume. Yeah, that would be kind of hilarious. And give out free body thetans to everybody coming by. I don't know, maybe I could charge for body thetans. I wonder how much I could get per body thetan. Yeah, a Xenu plushie, absolutely. I think, hi, 6Y484, 6Y484, 6. Why are you going into Scientology for 84? You're going into Scientology for... How can we make that into something? I mean, it's almost something, but we got Y on a license plate, so that already You have why, and you're driving into a place where people would ask you why you would ever do that. So that's kind of interesting. It was Vauskalas. Yeah, they always have that AS or US or something in Lithuanian. Yeah, Halloween will be awesome. And it would be, I've never had a great Halloween costume. And I think that would be the one. And I think we'll all meet up here or wherever they have the biggest Halloween Scientology celebration. Probably here. Maybe. I doubt Big Blue. Well, yeah, Big Blue had a New Year's thing, so maybe. Anyway, let's take a walk around, because there are other cameras that we haven't exchanged our N theta with. Am I persecuting your religion? Oh, I'm sorry. Didn't mean to. Dutressa. Empty. Empty is saying, don't persecute my religion, and you're an SP. Yeah, SP, if you really are a Scientologist. Yeah, that's like the worst thing you could be, right? But probably if you're watching this, you're not. Empty. If you are a Scientologist, I am 5 times happier that you're watching. Because the fact is, most of these Scientologists, like almost 100%, you are an SP. Ooh, exclamation, yay. Give it to me, empty. You're an empty. You are an SP. Fuck yeah, dude. I am definitely an SP. Thank you so much. That is one of the highest compliments I have ever received in my life. So this is Franklin. Yeah, I don't give a shit if they label me. So, empty. Do you know the clear cognition? You create your reactive mind. So you can just stop creating it now. You have my permission. You are now clear. Who am I harassing, empty? I'm standing on the street talking into a phone. What is the harassment? Why are you guys such wussies? What is your deal? You're supposed to be dauntless and defiant, flubless and flawless. At least that's what the commercial said. Was that not truth in advertising? Tell me it isn't so, empty. That would suck so bad to find out that Scientology was bullshitting. Oh my God, period? Oh, okay. You mean period instead of exclamation? I'm being watched. Duh, empty. Yeah, look, I think I figured that out, dumbass. Notice how there's like cameras everywhere in your spy cult? Yes, I am being watched here. And if I go over here, I'm being watched here. And then I can go back and be watched here again. Ooh, now I'm being watched with 2. And so they're getting that depth of field vision, whatever you call it. So yes, I am being watched. I am being watched. Oh no. Empty is probably a very low-level Scientologist, or a sympathizer, or a very high-level Scientologist. It's one or the other, because a low-level Scientologist, because he's actually communicating with an SP, and that's not allowed. No, I bet those, Mike, I bet those cameras do work. I would guess that is the one thing that they are not inept about, is their surveillance. Because little Davey, although he doesn't have many ships in his Navy, he has a lot of land, whatever, units, land bases, empty land bases, employing curtain tech. Let's see how many windows are open versus how many are closed. Well, we do have some open, more than usual. That's very nice, very impressive. I'm happy to see that. And but as usual, most of the windows are closed. Oh, what are my crimes, Davey? My crimes are a secret. What are your crimes? I mean, this is like 20 years ago Scientology. Maybe Empty's just really old and doing the old playbook. What are your crimes? You're an SP. You're an SP. But Empty, you're a Scientologist allowed to go on the internet. So either you're very elite or you're a nobody. And why do all these damn Scientologists run away? I was over at Vermont and Sunset, and these people were going to go body routing, and as soon as they saw me lift up the camera, they just went back home, tail between their legs, wussy, 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 wuss. Oh, let's see if there's more cameras here. Who wants to guess? Camera. Yay, camera! Yay! Just think how many amazing romantic moments happened between Davey Mismanige and Shelley, right there, under the little gazebo-y thing here. Can you imagine the romance that must have taken place between those two? The heat, the passion, the sparks that flew, only to be surpassed by Tom Cruise and Katie Holmes. The relationship of the century. Yeah, this used to be where real movie stars went. I'd like to look inside too. But, you know, you'd need a few shamans, a few witch doctors to cleanse the place before you'd want to go. I'm 0 on the tone scale. Oh no, I need help. Help me, help me. Scientology, Empty said I'm 0 on the tone scale. Can you imagine? That's even lower than gay, isn't it, Empty? What is gay on the tone scale? You homophobic cultist. Scientology is behind the times because their ruler, L Ron Hubbard, was born over 100 years ago now. And, you know, he had kind of different sensibilities about life, about everything. And all the stuff that he thought would be this devastating burn, totally degraded. Yes, I am degraded. And sad, yeah. Empty. You know what you need? Ayahuasca. Empty. That's what you need. You need to trip on some ayahuasca. That would be good for you. It would definitely bring up some of your body thetans, so watch out for that. So, Empty, where are you on the bridge? Why don't you brag for us? Why don't you tell us where you are on the bridge? Oh no, you can't say that, can you? Attack. Only attack, never defend. Oh, just in case they didn't get me before. There's another camera. Oh, what could that be? What could that be? Oh my God. 2 cameras, 3 cameras, all in one place. But I need empty to tell me I'm being watched, right? I need that. I need that benefit. Oh, Celebrity Center, sign again. Yeehaw. Is that empty? What are your crimes? See, the thing is, for you non-cult believers, Scientologists believe that if you have anything against Scientology, the only reason that could be is because you have all these crimes. You know, you might not have gotten caught for them, but they definitely exist. And so another one with 3 cameras, 2 up, 1 down, covering everything. Like you guys are in such danger that you need this crap. As if. The only reason anybody gives a shit is because you guys are just so... You're waiting, empty, for my crimes. I'm pulling it all in. Yeah. Empty's pulling it all in. I wonder what's the emptiest part of empty. What do you guys guess? I think the emptiest part of empty is probably his wallet. His soul, yeah, absolutely. His soul, his Thetan, his immortal Thetan. And empty thinks he's really getting me with these question marks, like, I'm waiting to hear your crimes. Empty, you're a dork. You're a goober. It's like, we need to bring the word goober to a much higher level. I heard streets using it. Yeah, empty. I mean, what a name. Why don't you just say, like, I don't know. How about Xenu's daddy? His pockets are empty. His soul is empty. But if he's in the Sea Org, there's another area that, since they are not allowed to release certain fluids into the world, that is probably not empty. So empty is probably very full in that one little area, because he's not allowed to give himself relief. Well, there's barely any windows. I mean, there's that window up there. You can barely see in it. And sorry, my Zoom stuff. Haven't figured out this whole situation yet, so I will. So empty. Do you really know the meaning of empty? Have you word cleared that? Because, you know, people think they know words, but then in Scientology, you got to look up every stupid word in the dictionary. So what does empty really mean? Is it Greek origin, Latin origin, Germanic, or something else? Maybe Xenu brought it here from the Galactic Federation. That's what I think it probably is. Yeah, there's nothing going on in these Scientology places. Like, I mean, they're running on empty. They're running on empty. They're running on, like, people who were in it a long time ago when it was not seen as dorkish of a thing to be doing. And, you know, there are people that have been in it for a long time. It's their social life. My position is empty. Okay, so we have a lot in common. Nice. See, we're building common ground, Empty. That's good. That's good. I like it. So we have more cameras everywhere. There's a camera over there. Let's see. How many more? I mean, the thing is, there's all kinds of cameras that you don't even know about. I mean, cameras are pretty damn easy to hide these days. So every lamppost, light bulb, whatever, you know, could have a camera for sure. And that's fine. And then another one of these 3 camera deals, along with a sign just to remind us about cameras, in case we didn't notice all the cameras. Oh, only 2 in that one. You guys are slacking. Just in case we didn't notice all the cameras, a sign to tell us, cameras. Yeah, it's really a shame that one of the coolest buildings in all of Los Angeles, I would argue, is sitting here mainly empty all the time, empty. And another camera, just in case we missed a view. Hi, I miss you, I love you. Here's where the dungeons are. There's no escape from the dungeons. Don't be afraid to confess your crimes. I love confessing my crimes. I love it. My crimes are what make me more appealing to Xenu. So it's what sets me up. Staff entrance. Another camera. Look at this. Imagine coming to work every day in this gorgeous building, and this is where you get to come in. The absolute worst view of the whole building is where the indentured servants come in. Yeah, it's totally like a prison. This is like the entrance of a prison, and then you have these windows with bars on them on either side of the staff entrance. Yeah, 1 billion years of walking through those doors, ladies and gentlemen. 1 billion years. Put yourself in their place. Have compassion for those losers who have made the decision to walk through these doors or very similar ones for 1 billion years. 1 billion. 1 billion. I don't know. I think there's going to be a lot of attrition in the ranks once they get past that like 800 million year mark. That's when people really start dropping off, after 800 million years. Before that, you know, it works pretty well. But after 800 million years, it's kind of hard to keep up the momentum. See, and this, I believe, is where Scientologists live, because how can I tell? Cameras. Cameras, 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 cameras. Hey, Empty. What are you a virgin? Are you an incel, Empty? And since you're not allowed to take care of your own needs, and probably nobody else is taking care of them for you, what do you do with all that energy? Go on the internet and talking points from Scientology from 30 years ago? Of course, Empty's very attracted to me, because most Scientologists are in the closet, let's say. And, you know, a good way to pretend that you're not gay is to join a homophobic cult, because that makes people think that, well, he couldn't be gay. He's a member of a homophobic cult. So, of course he's not gay. And Empty's been riding on that kind of street cred for a long, long, long time. And everything's catching up. And he's pulling in a lot of horrible things in his life beyond his already wretched existence. But anyway, back to the wretched existence of Scientology. We have the Golden Crest. And anybody see any goldenness around here? I know. I kind of messed up Empty's little exturbation ritual by not following through. You know, he was getting so excited. Empty! You're gonna have blue balls now, Empty. So sorry about that. Your balls be turning blue, boy. That's my crime. I just said blue balls on the street. Camera. 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 Are you shitting me? Are you shitting me? Hick vision? Hick vision. Really? Ladies and gentlemen, we are being watched by Hick vision. The vision of Hicks. Okay, that's nice. It's good to know that. Hick vision, the vision that stirs fears in people, in literate people. I was having trouble thinking of the word literate. So I might be having some literacy issues myself. Hick vision. You know, the universe gives you signs, people. The universe does give you signs. Where is this location? This location is the Celebrity Center of Scientology, Hollywood, California. And we are on Bronson and between Franklin and what's this street? Whatever. Vista, I think. Anyway, Scientologists are very... Oh, Yucca. Yucca. Yeah, that's the street. So this is between Franklin and Yucca. It's a really cool neighborhood. It's a great neighborhood. Before I moved to LA, before I always thought, oh, if I move to LA, I'm going to move to Santa Monica. I want to be by the beach or whatever. And then I started coming and visiting this neighborhood. And coming from New York, I was like, you know, I like a neighborhood where I can leave my house and walk somewhere, maybe do some shopping, get a drink, get a coffee, whatever. Not always have to get in a car to do everything, like a big portion of LA. And this is one of those few areas where that is possible. Not like there's a New York level of activity, but there are cool things around here. And that Gelson's, that supermarket over there, that's one of those places that you know, you just see some celebrities doing their normal shopping, kind of fun. And apparently this building here on the right, I think I have this right. This is the building where the movie Swingers was, well, I guess the movie wasn't made in that building, but that was the outside shots of, that's where the guys lived or whatever. And straight ahead up this street is where Danny Masterson's house was. So Danny Masterson had his 3 spots here. He had the Celebrity Center, where they did nothing about his crimes against femininity. And then he had his La Poubelle restaurant, which was the cops. Do they have an issue with me? I did get a wave. They have been sicking the cops on everybody who dares film them. And yeah, Northeast. I'm from here, from California, and then I lived in the Northeast in New York for a very long time, most of my life. And then now I'm back here really enjoying. Quit squirreling the tech. Well, if I'm squirreling the tech, why don't you just tell me the actual tech so I don't get it wrong? Empty and me are getting tight, you know, like, sorry I'm not gay, Empty, but if I were, you'd be the guy for sure. And bosom buddies, yep. At least squirrels have nuts, Empty sack. Exactly. I mean, the thing is, these people are so afraid. They are really incapable of hearing anything that goes against their cult. And they take it as such a threat, which just shows such weakness, such brittleness. It's like there's no bendability, right? If I had a Catholic priest here and I started talking about all the molestation in the Catholic Church, he would be able to bullshit me to some degree, and, you know, maybe he wouldn't run away, and, you know, he would be able to say, yeah, it's a small minority that did really bad things, and we've done XYZ since then. Xenu, Nanu. Man, that's good. Somebody has to remember Nanu besides me. And so, where was I going? Okay. We're not a turn the other cheek religion. So, oh my God, so what? What does that mean? Oh no, what are the implications of that? You're a turn the other butt cheek religion, that's what you are. Turn it over to little Davey. And Davey, you're a squirrel, you're not fooling anyone, troll boy. Why do you give a shit then, Empty? Why are you wasting your time on this? Why would you even give a shit? It's so funny. It's like everything that they say makes sense in the bubble of Scientology. So I really like it. I wish there was... Empty, can you please come on every live stream, please? That would really be good, because sometimes I have nothing to talk about and I just feel like, oh God, I'm just droning on about the same stuff. But if I have a Scientologist saying stupid shit the whole time, then I have something to bounce it off of. Yeah, Friday's going to be awesome. Maybe Empty will be there. That'll be amazing. Introduce yourself when you come, Empty. Yeah, that's another one other thing. Hate crimes. Yeah, hate crimes. Okay, so tell me the crime. Tell me the statute. Tell me the exact crime that I'm committing. So, yeah, Empty. The thing is, nobody really thinks they're in a cult. I'm sure Empty really believes this shit. Like, he completely believes it. And I mean, we all might think that's about the dumbest thing you could ever imagine. But to him, this is real stuff, right? If you go against Scientology, you have serious... RLW 0137, Texas. RLW 0137 Texas plates. Welcome to America. They always say Texas is like another country, so. Yeah, Empty's probably somebody who got rejected for his homosexuality, and he's trying to earn little brownie points so his little butt buddy Davey will let him back in the cult. And it's sad. I mean, he has nothing else in his life, you guys. Be nice. We need to show compassion to these people because they're living in this delusional reality. That's it? No more enlightenment? Well, you can only have so much enlightenment in one day. And, but it's really funny because these people consider themselves the masters of communication. They're not even the masters of baiting. And they cannot deal with anything. And then they come up with this bullshit. What are your crimes? What are your crimes? Dude, that's so 1987. What are your crimes? Don't be glib. Oh no, don't be glib. Davey Mismanige, you're glib. You have no idea. It's so hilarious because the reason that they run scared, the reason that they can't have a normal conversation with anybody is just because they would be demolished. They would be so demolished. Like, why don't you go on Jordan Peterson's podcast? I'm not saying I'm all for Jordan Peterson's politics. He's far to the right of me, but he's a brilliant dude. And I think if little Davey went on smiley 7YIE059. 7YIE059. I guess it could be an F, but it looks like an E from here. Go on Joe Rogan, I dare you. Davey Miscavige could definitely get on Joe Rogan. And most people of that caliber who could get on Joe Rogan would get on Joe Rogan or Jordan Peterson. If you went on Lex Friedman, you might get a little bit more of a softball interview. He assumes everybody's love deep down, and I kind of agree with him, but I don't think you're going to get to that depth with little Davey boy. I don't think that's going to happen. It's funny, a lot of the people, when they pass, either they're ignoring, but you can kind of read who's a Scientologist by how they look at it, by how they look at you. Like a lot of people, you know, you could tell they're like neighborhood people, that they just see this crap all the time and they're like, okay, yeah, whatever. A lot of people give you a little hello to show you that that they are, like, they're cool with you being here, and to kind of show you that they're not a Scientologist. And it's the people who look away with terror because they're afraid. The thing is, okay, here's the cool thing that got me into watching videos like this a long time ago, was that it was explained to me the concept of interbulation. So apparently interbulation is like being upset. And so when you go in for auditing, which is the interrogation on the little mini lie detector test thing that they call the e-meter, when you go in for auditing, they ask you questions to kind of make sure that you're okay to do auditing, right? And so, like, they'll ask you, like, okay, have you had enough sleep? Have you ate it? You know, you're not on drugs, you're not drunk, you're not, you know, whatever. I don't know all the questions. I've heard about it a long time ago. But anyway, they ask you that. And then they ask, you know, is there anything else upsetting you or whatever? And then they put you on the e-meter. And then the e-meter might be all over the place because you're interbulated. Why are you interbulated? Because some people out on the street right before you came in said some stuff that went into your mind. And it's like the Matrix. It started working on your mind like a virus. And so what happens is Scientologists are always getting interbulated by these mind viruses implanted by SPs. And what is the mind virus really? It's a legitimate doubt. It is a doubt like, what if this is bullshit? Okay? They start thinking, what if it is bullshit? And they start having doubts about the money they're spending. And Scientology always wants you to prepay for courses and stuff. They always want you to have a lot of money on the account. And if you do have a lot of money on the account and then they get rid of you, they don't give you that money back, right? There's no getting your money back in Scientology, right? So a lot of people are really stretched to the limit. They've maxed out their credit cards. Google Scientology Chase Wave. That was a thing. Yeah, Serge Delmar, he's awesome. He really has a pretty horrendous story of his time in Scientology, as do so many other people. You can't get wins in the free zone. Dude, I'm getting wins every time you post something. Thank you. Ugh. Hey, have you word cleared Ugh? Is that the correct spelling? I'm curious. So anyway, if you can interbulate a Scientologist before they go in to do auditing, then what happens is they have to spend their session or part of their session clearing the interbulation, clearing whatever you planted in their head. You didn't plant anything, you said words, and they repeated the words. It's like I heard this story, this Buddhist story, right, about detachment. And they said that it was like two monks, and they're celibate monks. They're walking out, along a river, whatever. And there's this woman, and she's like, I can't cross the river. Can you help me? And so the older monk, carries the woman across the river. And then comes back, and then a couple hours later, the younger monk is like, you touched a woman, right? And the older monk said, I carried the woman to the other side, I helped her out. You've been carrying her in your brain ever since, right? So it's all about, the older monk wasn't attached to the fact that he had touched a woman. He helped somebody out, no big deal. Right? But the younger monk was interbulated. The younger monk would have needed some auditing to get that young lady out of his mind, because the whole time he's like, I wish I would have been touching that woman. I wish I could have carried her across the river, right? So he was like, carrying her across the river is breaking the rules. That's Scientology, right? It's like somebody says some stuff. You don't have to get interbulated. If you're flubless and flawless and dauntless and defiant, you would not get interbulated, ever, right? But what happens is, then they go into their little auditing session where they hold their little cans, and they do their little lie detector test thing. And if they're interbulated, they have to spend whatever, $200 an hour, whatever the hell it is, on getting uninterbulated, disinterbulated. And then sorry about that, learning my little doohickey system. And so what that means is that they don't take that next step up the bridge, because they had to just clear up the crap that they have running around their mind that they blame on you. But if you put it in their mind, that makes you more spiritually powerful than them. And how could that be? Because they're the masters of communication. They are the masters of the messed universe. Matter, energy, space, and time. Scientologists are completely masters of messed. The messed universe. Or is it just messed? I don't know. I've never been a Scientologist. Thank God. Yeah, I mean, yeah, apparently he's about 5'1". David Miscavige is about 5'1". Hey, I have people in my life of that stature who I love very much. I have no judgment about somebody being short. But when they're an abusive asshole with a Napoleon complex, I make an exception. And so... So OT3 is when you learn about Xenu. It's the wall of fire. And you learn about body thetans. You learn that there are more thetans than just the thetan that you thought you were, which is like the soul. You learn there are body thetans, interdimensional space cooties that Xenu is responsible for, whatever. And then the next level, so you clear all your body thetans, right? And so when you clear your body thetans, you're like, oh my God, I'm so spiritual now. I cleared all my body thetans. And then you reach the next OT level and they're like, oh, more body thetans. Now we have the body thetans that were on drugs. Those are the cool body thetans. Do I have to clear them? Yes, you have to clear them. Okay, so you clear the ones on drugs. And then, forgive me if I messed up. I'm sure Empty will definitely correct any mistakes that I make on the upper OT levels. But then the next level, it's like, okay, I cleared all the body thetans, and then I cleared all the body thetans on drugs. And then it's like, oh no, but there were other body thetans that were tricky, and they congealed into clusters. And so the clusters of body thetans then have to be broken up, and then you have to clear those body thetans. Now, for anybody who's ever studied a little psychology, yes, the most evil thing you could study, Empty. But you know that there's a certain kind of thing that happens to certain people where they feel like they have bugs crawling all over their body. And that's what makes people unalive themselves on the upper OT levels, because they find out they're crawling with all these body thetans, and they get freaked out. They're like, oh, there's another one. Oh, there's another one. Oh shit, right? And so and I'd like to ask Empty, what OT level have you reached? Because we don't want to ruin anything. You might need to sign out, and if you don't sign out, then you're probably pretty high up the bridge, right? If you could be on here. But no, I'm not an expert in OT3. I just know the outline version, and but I've read the whole OT3 thing in L Ron Hubbard's handwriting, the thing that they give people in the locked briefcase. That is online. That is available for anybody to read, and not a lot of pneumonia outbreaks ever since that came online. But yeah, so anyway, you clear the thetan, the body thetan clusters. You have to break up the clusters, I guess, and then you clear the body thetans. And then there's another level. Where are we? 3, 4, 5. I don't know, 6, 7. So there's 3 more. So I guess 6 is the one where you learn how to audit the 7, or is there some crap like that? It sounds like a real waste of time. Of course you don't disclose. You don't even disclose with each other where you are on the bridge, dumbass. You can't even talk about Xenu with your significant other, even if you both have reached OT3. It's so dumb. You can't share your past lives with each other. Potentially the most interesting thing that could ever be about Scientology is your past lives. I love past lives. Okay, so you can't talk about your past lives? What the hell? The coolest thing about Scientology, your past lives as aliens or universe creators or whatever the hell you were, and you can't just sit around reminiscing with each other? That's such a bummer. Yeah, everything's free online. Empty is at work. His work is thinking, by telling me what are your crimes and all this bullshit, that he is really clearing the planet. Empty is clearing the planet. That's such an amazing thing. What if Empty was John Travolta? That would be amazing. What if Empty was Tom Cruise? Actually, that wouldn't be shocking at all, would it? Because Tom Cruise is pretty damn empty. Empty will be cleaning toilets because Empty has flunked this mission. And not only will he be cleaning toilets, he'll be cleaning toilets with his own personal toothbrush that then he will be required to use and brush his teeth directly after that. No rinsing, Empty. No rinsey. And so you see who on Streets LA? But anyway, what a fun little place this is to be in the LA cold snap that is 65 degrees. Oh yeah, there are a lot of them on the streams. I haven't gotten them on the streams before, but this is like my 4th or 5th stream anyway. Yeah, maybe Empty could tell us all about L Ron Hubbard's teeth. And maybe Empty can refute my contention that L Ron Hubbard was channeling Xenu the whole time. And the reason the higher levels of Scientology came through is because Davey Mismanige is not spiritually powerful enough to channel Xenu. -10 toucans. Where is that? Where it's -10? -10 Celsius? Toucans, where are you? Identify your coordinates. Yeah, man. I spent most of my life in that cold weather. And then Toronto. Yeah. When I lived in New York, everybody from Toronto would be like, oh yeah, it's totally the same as New York. And I'd always be like, no, it's not. Stop it. But I lived in Sweden for 2.5 years, so New York was not that big of a deal, but towards the end it was like, oh my God, that's enough. That cold weather is just like, no need for it. Then every time I would come to LA in the winter, I'm like, why don't I live here? So now I do. And I get to talk to Empty. Yay. That's amazing, because emptiness is one of the things that we seek in spirituality, Buddhism and various meditation practices. We want to be empty. Everybody wants to be empty. And so anyway, I'm going to shut you guys down now, take a little quick break, and then I'll be on to another exciting Scientology location in the greater Los Angeles area. No need to tell Empty where I'll be, but since he has conquered the messed universe, matter, energy, space, and time have been conquered by Empty, which means that he can buy, try, or multiple locate, and so, you know, he can find me wherever I am. And for the rest of you, you can find me right here on Davey Mismanige. Over and out.